Hello, everyone. Welcome to Gossip with CD. Guys, I think the important thing right now, I hear you guys. I'm reading your comments and I agree with you. I am in full agreement with everything that you guys have said, especially those that say, oh, we always talk on social media, but we don't take action. Listen, in South Africa, in as much as action ought to be taken, just like the young people of 1976, like the young people of 1961, the women that marched to the union buildings in the 1950s, and etc., and so on. The problem is we've been tamed in South Africa. We've been tamed. We've been tamed by the Constitution. We've been tamed by NGOs who spring up very fast and run to courts whenever South Africans are asking to be being put first. We have the Human Rights Commission that couldn't care less about South Africans, but cares more about other people who are causing harm to our nation. We have all kinds of things that are standing against us simply because these organizations, they got money. And when we also try to stand up, guess who is always in the forefront blocking South Africans? Yeah, the South African government. The South African government doesn't care about South Africans, period. I think until we all accept that, it is the only time I think we will go back to that mentality about 1970s. You understand what I'm saying? We will go back to the mentality of the 1970s and all that stuff. And I think if we have that mentality, many people that are not supposed to be here will be very afraid of coming to South Africa. In fact, not that they will be afraid, they will respect the laws of this country. But now they come from wherever they come from, knowing very well that once they enter under the sun of South Africa, the Constitution kicks in. Everyone has a right. As a matter of fact, the Constitution says it loud and clear. South Africa belongs to all who live in it. It does not say South Africa belongs to all South Africans. It says to all. They're using that once I set my foot or my little toe into South African borders, I'm protected. That's the issue we are having here. I think until we start calling for a referendum for the amendment of the Constitution, well, we are going to continue making noise on social media because our hands are tied. We have to admit that, guys. Our hands are tied. And I can tell you, and I was saying this to a friend, just jokingly, kind of situation. I was just joking. I was like, ever since the Zulu nation has been tamed, things have been falling apart and they will fall apart even more. I was joking, guys. Please don't take this. It was a joke. But the point is, let's say I was not joking. Do you think these people will be roaming our streets, doing as they please and formulating new states within our state if Zulu people were around and not tamed? I'm just saying. So don't come at me and misconstrue what I'm saying here. I'm just saying that sometimes you got to unleash that force in your nation, that engawubamba machine. But we've been tamed. All of us have been tamed by the laws of this country. And of course, South Africans are law-abiding citizens. That is why we have not taken action. The only action that we know right now that could work for us is taking to the streets, is marching to the union buildings, is marching to parliament, is marching to provincial legislatures, and it ends there for us, unfortunately. Because that's the only piece of the Constitution that allows us to go to the streets. And for Nalapo, we can't just rock up at Plain Street in Parliament. We first have to make applications and give reasons, and then they go and sit in meetings and make a decision whether they are going to allow that march or not. So we are still being tamed even further. And I'm not one that is a maverick. I'm also not one that is chaotic, and I do not condone chaos. I always encourage logic, discussion, and solutions thereafter. But what discussions are we having as South Africans? And secondly, why are we not holding our government ministers accountable? For example, why haven't we said anything or questioned the Minister of Intelligence? Where are you? Who is the Minister of Intelligence? Let's start there. What have you been doing? I know that this is a sensitive matter and not everything needs to be disclosed to South Africans for purposes of national security. I get that. But there are things that they can disclose to us that are not classified. Are we losing our country? That's the question we want to know. Or have we lost our country? Have we lost our sovereignty or are we losing our sovereignty? Please take us into your confidence without revealing classified information. I know he's going to come or she's going to come and lie to us like how we were lied to by the former Minister of Intelligence. I forgot her name, who she's now in the US. What's her name again? Yeah, during 2021 unrest, she says, oh, well, the target was moving. Hey, that is why we did not see this coming. No, she's a good example of the evidence of our intelligence in this country that they are sleeping on the job. If they were not sleeping on the job, we would not have high levels of crime in South Africa. But the Minister of Police, whenever they catch cash in transit heists, have you ever listened to their language? Oh, the police intelligence. Oh, the police intelligence. Because they're trying to sell to us because we are asking questions about the intelligence of this country. Where is it? So now they want to sell it to us to say the police intelligence has been working. The police intelligence is the one that has concluded this matter. Hence now we have arrested or people fallen because of the police. Why are we allowing ourselves not? Because our hands are tied, but our mouth and brains are not tied as well. We can utilize that. We can use our social media platforms and ask questions to the Minister of Intelligence. But first, let's ask the president. So the president mandates the Minister of Intelligence to take us into their confidence about our sovereignty. Where is it? What happened to it? Why are we in this situation? Why are we having people that are not even supposed to be here creating an entire state within a state? Are we now allowing parallel government? I mean, same goes with this guy, the Cape Independence. Where was the intelligence when they were having meetings and talking and planning this before now they're starting to implement? It's April and they're headed to the White House. Where is our intelligence? Guys, I've said this before and I'm going to repeat it again. Sizokhala isbhaqu Latina. If you don't understand what that means, get a Zulu person that understands what I just said to translate that to you. Isbhaqu sisazokhala Latina. And I'm telling you, we are not equipped like they are. How many Boko Haram members were in that meeting, even including the so-called governor that was elected? Who is studying? Who is investigating who this man is? Who is studying? Who is investigating these people that are here? What role did they play in the demise of their countries? And how many of them are criminals that ran to South Africa to hide? And what capabilities and skills these people have that will be a disadvantage to you and me. Our heads will spin. We will hand South Africa over easily. I think we're underestimating their capabilities. I think we are. But they will not be this brazen if where they come from, they did not participate in the demise of their own countries. They're going to demand to establish political parties because South Africa belongs to all who live in it. I'm telling you guys, I saw Kalis back. I mean, we've seen some of them even attempting to walk into police stations and vandalizing police property because one of their own was caught with white powder. And we've seen some of them resisting arrest. They don't want it to be searched. When a police searches you, they also go into your private parts, but they resist. And do you see our police how powerless they are? Instead of taking him down according to training, put his hands behind his back and then tie it with whatever zip tie or whatever or handcuffs and then do their job. But he overpowered them, 3 police officers by 1 Nigerian. Nyabona ukuthi sibhaxo we are, and futhi we are not ready, guys. Asisazokhala isibhaxo bafethu. Ha, sisazokhala isibhaxo kuthina, not us kubona. Bona bashaya thina. Asisazokhala isibhaxo. And niyongibuza ningiphala ulimi one day. Yothi how did you know this? It's because we have forgotten the caliber of these people. Did you see in that hall only men? Only men. That should say something to you. Only men. Let that ring a bell in your mind. These are young people who are supposed to be building their countries, but they ran away and they are here. Why do you think they want them here as young as they are? Why have you asked yourself, why are they bringing them as young as they are? Yeah. CEO Kali's back over too. And the minister, of intelligence is sleeping on the job, and we're not asking him or her questions. We are not holding him or her accountable. We need to demand for this report. We need to demand for this report. And once the report has been delivered, they need to tell us what are they doing about it, and in what's the time frame all of these are going to be resolved. Come on, guys. Let's stop throwing mud at each other by making each other feel somewhat manipulated by your comment, like, oh, we talk on social media, but we do nothing. Where? Nah. What action are you taking so we can follow you? Why are you waiting for other people to take leadership? I get you seeing there's a problem, right? South Africans are only talking on social media. They're not taking action. Take action. Take action. Come on, guys. Anyways, enjoy your day.